It's Kendall Marshall that will get the start and a lot on his table the rest of the season.
Well, and you talk to the coaching staff, and they feel that he has got the personality, even though he's a freshman, to step into the void and handle this. And
Zeller with the pick and pop. Barnes on the offensive boards, getting past Singleton. Marshall. Fans here are solidly behind this youngster. White. Good baseline pass into James, and he knows what to do with a little floater with the left hand, and it's 4-3 FSU.
Right, shooting 67% on the floor.
Strickland, as if he were shot out of a cannon, he got down the floor.
Especially on the road.
Saw Davis Dulkeys into the game for the first time. That ball was deflected. They're going to count it. Say it was inside the cylinder.
Very small lineup out there for North Carolina right now. This is as small a Carolina team as I can remember.
McDonald. He gets that three-pointer to go. Cool left hand of his.
Could have taken a shot that time. I think Henson and Zeller was expecting that.
How about that pass to Henson, huh? Oh, you talk about crafty. He drove baseline.
Now here's the look, and against this team over the back, you're so long, it's tough to find one, driving lanes, and two, passing lanes.
Oh, that's just unfair. The rest of our officiating crew. Strickland. Nice pull up by Dexter. Last touch by Florida State.
First touch for Zeller.
Yep, right over James. And the other thing too, Mike, when they struggled and they're not getting anything from Dulkeys on the perimeter, it's very obvious. There's Barnes. Oh, counted and a foul.
Like Phil Ford in his day when he used to come to that 2-foot jump stop and go up for the shot.
Yeah, they think it's a travel when it's not in the Carolina blue, though. Zeller with a putback.
Well, last year here in a game, he shot 5 of 7 from 3, so he likes this building, and he's coming off a good performance against Wake.
Oh, that was a good pass by Zeller. Count it, and a foul. Barnes exploding to the goal.
With Barnes, you got to give it up to your point guard earlier in that, and you become a scorer.
First bucket for Snare, and it's 27-21. Knox. Softly done by the Alabama transfer.
He's come in and given them nice minutes, and they need his production with Zeller in foul trouble.
Barnes deflected that one, and now they've got numbers 3-on-2. Harrison started it. He finished it. Thank you. Clearly, you were looking ahead to your future in television.
Never did get that watch from Turner.
Strickland. A tray for Dexter. Snare with the ball fake. Giving it up to Gibson. He'll take that shot again. Tried to use the glass, a little too strong. Strickland. Strong move by Dexter. Into the hands of Kendall Marshall.
Good minutes off the bench at the 4 and 5 position for Watson Knox.
Marshall, no one coming over to help. But you got my drift. Marshall, a little showy. Boy, look at that pass to Bullock. Oh, that's just marvelous. Marshall's ability to see. Fighting Singleton for that offensive rebound, and North Carolina gets another crack at it.
Yeah, Jen, he's going to be up close, probably 25 to 30-minute range now going forward.
Oh, Dexter Strickland is feeling it.
An early shot in the shot clock, but it's a guy who clearly wants to get into the flow offensively. He just wanted to see the ball at the rim.
Marshall alley-ooping for Henson. Second half, and the Tar Heels lead is 9. Barnes, little step back maneuver. Oh, the bank is open on Sunday.
I think that you could see the scoring over the last 4 games and everything coming together with Kendall Marshall at the helm.
Like that, right to Henson. Count it, and a foul.
Don't settle for a jump shot.
Eyes always up with this kid. Dulkeys right in his face, and he delivers another dime right to Henson. I mean, he is just lights out. Shot clock winding down. Another great deal. Oh, yes, to Zeller.
I don't know that I've ever seen a kid take more joy out of making a play. Look at that wraparound pass through traffic.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Marshall in the half court. Marshall with 1 on the shot clock. Hello. How do you do, Kendall Marshall?
Well, you're dating yourself now.
Well, of course.
How about Paul Arizin?
There you go. Zeller gets it to go. Wednesday night, Duke and North Carolina meet for the first time this year over at Cameron. First things first, North Carolina dealing with Florida State. Barnes, the ball fake and the deuce. Everything going right for North Carolina this afternoon. Marshall feeding Zeller into the paint. Hits the roll. Usually make their runs when down 15 or 16, fall back to within 7 or 8. That's been the way this game has gone.
And this zone has calmed North Carolina down a little bit, but the first 3, big time for that to step up.
It allowed him to play with a little more abandon here in the second. He's only picked up the 1 foul in this half.
Look at that.
Oh, Marshall to Zeller. 14 dimes dropped.
He never gets out of trouble. A nice wraparound right there. If you're a big and you're playing with him, just shape up, have your hands ready, and you're going to get some baskets.
Players on the floor coming up to congratulate him. Kitchen on a blow by that time. Now, that has been the one issue from a defensive standpoint. But there's the answer. How about that pass?
I love the fact as soon as Marshall gets the ball.
Strickland drives into traffic and gets it to go in. Larry Drew decided to come down with this week. It may be probably a good thing. Ultimately for North Carolina as Hinson hits a 2-ball. A freshman record at North Carolina today. Most assists by a freshman, breaking the previous record held by both Ed Cota and Phil Ford at 14. And a runner for Hinson. Well, he would argue they ran too many 4 corners, so he couldn't get any more.
Well, I always used to tease him about how could a point guard be the all-time leading scorer in the history of the school.
Right. Harrison Barnes.
And he's going to face his Kendall Marshall. That guy, what an incredible game, is going to face the another senior point guard.
And then listen to the crowd respond to Kendall Marshall.
A big smile from Roy Williams.
Feel vindicated to some extent by today. The performance of the young man, no question.
I still say he was unfairly criticized in his whole time here at North Carolina.
Fans want to see one more, but Roy won't let the shot be taken. You know that. The final 89-69, North Carolina over Florida State.